Queer is a romantic drama directed by Luca Guadagnino, from a screenplay by Justin Kuriques, based on the 1985 novella by William S. Burroughs. Set in 1950s Mexico City, William Lee, an outcast American in his late 40s, leads a solitary life amidst a small American community. However, the arrival in town of Eugene Allerton, a young student, stirs William into finally establishing a meaningful connection with someone. This review will be spoiler-free. I think that Luca Guadagnino is one of the best directors working today. He can show passion and longing like few others can, especially in the modern era where many are scared to explore the themes that he seems most ignited by. Queer is the second film that Guadagnino has directed in 2024, the first being Challenges, which was one of my favourite films of the year. But Queer is more reminiscent of a film of his I also loved, 2017's Call Me By Your Name. Despite my praise of Guadagnino for his sensibilities when it comes to abstract visuals, swift editing, and off-kilter musical choices, I rarely find myself connecting with his work on an emotional level. One where I'm truly moved, and I can't always figure out why. Queer may frustrate some people, as it is broken up into 3 chapters and an epilogue. However, the film is just over 2 hours, with Chapter 1 feeling like a really long setup and Chapter 3 feeling like a strange detour, while Chapter 2 is a short extension of Chapter 1, just sandwiched in the middle. I wasn't always sure what the film was trying to say, and that may frustrate you if you want something a little more straightforward. There are a lot of arty visuals that seem to try and convey simple things in overly complicated ways. I do appreciate the weirdness of this movie. It feels unlike anything else I've seen recently. I found the protagonist to be a rich one. William Lee, played goofily and vulnerably by Daniel Craig, is a character that feels deep loneliness. He is lost in a quest for love and acceptance, but at the same time, he is very much comfortable as the wanderer that he is. He yearns for a world where he can be accepted and can express himself as he sees fit at all times. But he is socially awkward and at times struggles to navigate the world around him. This frustrates him. He leans on vices such as cigarettes, drugs, and alcohol on a daily basis. But he is a well-read, impeccably dressed man who can experience joy quite easily. Craig absolutely deserved the Oscar nomination for this performance, but unfortunately he did not receive it. His accent is quirky, as you would expect if you've seen Knives Out. He can be cute and funny, as well as cool and collected. He uses his face and body in very expressive ways. Watching him confidently glide from bar to bar on the prowl for a man was such a great place to just sit. The world felt lived in. The character is pathetic in many ways, but not in such a way that the audience will judge him for it. They will understand that he's a lost soul. They will understand the chaotic nature of his senses and what his plight is. The man that Lee is infatuated with is Eugene Allerton, played by Drew Starkey. Eugene is kept more at arm's length. He seems intrigued by Lee and willing to accompany him in order to explore a sexuality that he is unsure of. He is very guarded, so much so that you never get to know him all that much as an audience member, and I was slightly disappointed by that. You wonder how much Lee is projecting onto him. I think that Eugene wants to be more present, but he must listen to his body, which is not always aligning with his mind. I do wish that we'd gotten a little bit more finality with Eugene. The film was interesting at first, with a few key sequences that do a great job of setting the mood without dialogue. Just cinematography and cool music choices such as Nirvana and Prince. The film can have this dreamy, surreal look to it, as it appeared to use miniatures for establishing shots of hotels and other locations in Mexico. People, cars, and backgrounds are added to the miniatures with CGI. I very much enjoyed the look of the film, the mood, and the performances, but I can't say that I truly connected with it on a deep level. You are intrigued in the first half, but it can sometimes meander while leading to places you're not all that interested in, to be honest. I would have liked for more insight into Eugene, as I said, and more of a statement about his relationship with William once you get to Act 3. I would recommend this film to fans of Luca Guadagnino, but if you've never seen one of his films, I'd recommend Challengers or Call Me By Your Name over this. Queer kind of lives and dies by the Daniel Craig performance, and he does do a fantastic job. I'm sure that there will be stuff to discover upon rewatch, but at the moment I'm feeling that one viewing is probably enough for me. Regardless of my mixed feelings about Queer, I'm glad I saw it, and it is a good film. I love the world that Guadagnino set up here, and William is an interesting character. Guadagnino continues to prove how fresh, daring, sensitive, and interesting a voice he is, and I will definitely be there to see what he does next.